Hello everyone. Welcome to Arduino and My Robot Chapter 3. In this chapter, we'll be learning about the Arduino introduction. So before moving ahead, we'll be learning few basic terminologies. So what is a microcontroller? A microcontroller contains one or more CPUs along with memory and programmable input and output peripherals. So what does that mean? So as you see this black chip, you might have seen somewhere in your electronic components with multiple legs. So this is a microcontroller, okay? And this has many CPUs. When I say CPU, CPU means central processing units, or you can call it as a core, or in simple term, you can call as brain, okay? So it has memory where you will be writing your codes. All the codes will be going here. Okay, and these codes will be directing what other components should be doing. So those all things are means the information to all those components goes from here. Okay, so this is where we'll be writing our code. So a microcontroller, basically MCU for microcontroller unit, will be using this term, is a small computer on a single metal oxide semiconductor integrated circuit chip. So this is a chip, and it is a small mini computer, and that computer will be programmed by you. So as you can see, there are multiple legs, right? So there are multiple CPUs in that, and these CPUs will be basically acting as memory in for input and output units. So next term that we'll be learning is embedded system. An embedded system is a computer system, a combination of a computer processor, computer memory, and input-output peripheral devices that has a dedicated function within a larger mechanical or electronic system. So this is a complete system, not one single component, but it is a complete system. Okay. So here we'll be having a computer processor like the one which we have seen in the previous session, or not session, but previous slide. And then we'll have some memory where all the codings will be stored. Then input or output peripheral devices. So input devices could be where we'll be plugging our devices like charging port, and all those things are input devices. Output devices could be like wheels, sensors, and all those things. So all those things combined together will be called as embedded system. So this figure, right? You can take some time and understand. This is a Arduino, okay? And here, this is a microcontroller, MCU, microcontroller unit, or the brain. The main brain is this chip, okay? So all the codings that you'll be doing goes into this head, this black chip. So there are multiple numbers which you can see. These are the ports. We'll be learning about each port next slides. And there are these components. This is a switch button and all those things. We'll be learning about all those components. This is just a figure where you can see exactly how an Arduino looks. And while doing this course, you need not to buy any circuit or any Arduino kit as of now. I'll tell you and share you the links which will be the best for this course. But as of now, we'll be doing everything online. There are online platforms where you can make your circuit, make your board, and connect your circuits to even make your complete robot online. You will not need any uh, hardware, or you will not be needing any real object for that. So what basically is an Arduino? So Arduino is an open source hardware and software company, project and user community that designs and manufactures single board microcontrollers and microcontroller kits for building digital devices. So this is a simple definition that I found on internet, but let me explain you. Open source means this is available to everybody. Anybody can add information, anybody can add value to it. Suppose I have written a small book. It's like Wikipedia. Open source is something like you put it on the table and you put whatever things you know into that book, And suppose another guy comes or another person come into the library and he sees your book and he finds that, okay, this is very good information, but I want to add few more information into that. So he comes and writes his view into that and adds more value into my book. So my book is an open source book, means it is available freely to everybody. So that thing is called as open source. What do you mean by hardware? Hardware means anything that is tangible or which you can touch. And software means that code that you'll be writing in to manipulate those hardwares, or like I'll be writing any code to operate that hardware is called as software. Soft, you have to remember, like you cannot touch it. Hard means you can touch it. Okay. So there is a community of people who write their codes or who who give more input into this. So this is an open source where people come and add their value into this. So Arduino is a basic microcontroller kit where we can program and use it for making different electronic equipments or different devices. So here is a basic view how many types of Arduino can be. So it does not matter, it does not get confused with names or shapes. It is just on the base. Suppose you have to put it in some cylinder. So I cannot put this, right? So they made a circular one. If I want some smaller Arduino board, so I cannot put this or this or this. So I made a mini one. Okay. Here, this is microcontroller unit. Here, this is the microcontroller unit. Here, this is the microcontroller. Here, this one and this one. Okay. So all those are made on the basis of need. Okay. So do not get confused. We'll be using this, and for all the time, you can remember this as your Arduino board. So Arduino board is not this kit, this MCU, but this complete system, this embedded system. And embedded system, I'll not say as of now, but as on we keep adding things into it, like bulb or buzzer or sensors, then we'll call all those combined as an embedded system. But as of now, we'll call it add as an Arduino board. Okay. So this was the figure you saw earlier. So these are the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So here we have total 13 pins. And as you can see here, A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, 5 pins here. You can see here it is written as analog. And here these are digital pins and these are analog pins. Okay. So as you can see, these are the numbers that will be pointing exactly what are these things. So we'll be starting from 1, cover with this, then 6, 7, and all. Okay. So number 1 is the reset button. This is a reset button. This will restart any code that is loaded to Arduino board. Suppose I have written any code. Every time I press this reset, it will restart my code. Then second is AREF, stands for analog reference, and it is used to set an external reference voltage. So this is our AREF. Do not worry, it's already written here. It's just for understanding what these are, and it will be having more clarity over this once we start using it. Then we have third, this is GND, right? This is ground pin. So, when we see your electricity board, or there is 3 pin, right? One is live wire, then another is neutral or the ground wire. So this is the ground connection because it is used for as an earthing. So whatever the extra current is there, that is passed to the ground so that whole circuit board is not getting fried away by the extra current. I'll be explaining in just a layman term so that even the basic people, this course is designed for the students who are from class 5, starting from class 5, and maximum age is not limited. Anybody can learn. So I'll be keeping it as simple as possible and as easy for all. Okay. So this is a ground pin. So there are a few ground pins on Arduino, and they all as I said, they all will be working same way. So few here, one is here, and I suppose this is also GND. Yeah, this is also, these two are also ground pins. Then we have digital input and output pins. Okay. from here to here. So here we'll be connecting our components or sensors, whatever components are there, will be connecting on this platform on this. And if we want to add more components, we can definitely add, because we have to add one more board over this, and it will be fitting on these, and then we can add it. Okay. So we'll be using these all pins, and then we'll be coming to know more in detail about those things. Then we have PWM. These pins will be marked with a tilde. This sign is called as tilde sign. Okay. So these are called as you can see, this tilde sign. Okay. On the keyboard, it is just below the escape symbol, right? On the leftmost top corner. So pins marked with this symbol can simulate analog output. So these are used for simulation of analog output. So what is analog output and what is digital output? I can tell you, but I would request you to please go check on YouTube or Google, so that this will increase your learning, and this will also make you more interested, like why I am learning. This will give you a sense of learning more and more by self exploration. Okay. This whole video session is making you behave like an inventor. So go and check on YouTube or Google what is analog and what is digital, and then do come back and comment what these things are. Then we have USB connection. Number 6, USB connection for power source, or it will be for pen drive plugging in, or anything. It could be for use for anything. Multiple things are there. So use for powering up Arduino or uploading sketches. What is sketches? You can, as of now, you can just imagine it as basic codes. Okay. Then we have TX and RX is number 7. You can see here it is written TX and RX. So transmit and receive data indication LEDs. So once you upload any kind of data on this Arduino, though then this RX LED light will start glowing because it will be receiving data. And when you transmit from this Arduino board, this TX LED will glow. Okay. Then we have number 8. This is microcontroller, that is the brain of our Arduino. Then we have 9. This is also an LED. This is an indicator, power indicator. If the power is working or not, if the power is on, this light will glow. The number 10 pin is voltage regulator. So this is our voltage regulator to control what amount of voltage that will be going to this board. Okay. Voltage, as of now, you can understand as the amount of food that a person can eat, right? So there is a limit to that. Okay. A person cannot eat 20 parathas or 300 parathas in a day. So, okay. So we have to limit it. So that way electricity or the voltage is being limited from this voltage regulator. So this controls the amount of voltage going into the Arduino board. If we add more voltage, it will fry this off. When I say fry means it will burn off. So number 11 is DC power barrel jack. This is also for power. Then number 12 is 3.3 volt pin. This pin is used for supplying as an output source for 3.3 volt of power to your project. Okay. Then we have 5 volt. For 5 volt, we'll be using this. And then, as I told earlier, these are the ground pins, number 3, and these are same. And these are analog pins. So these pins can read the signal from an analog sensor and convert it into digital sensors, digital readings. Okay. So these are the basic power units. So as you remember, this was something that can be used here. And the next one is USB power cable that can be used here, number 6. And then this is same as this first one. And thank you. This is all for this video session.